2009. I think it was 2009. 2009, I'm sitting in City of Refuge Church in Gardena, California. It is like 11:45 p.m. because their choir was doing a live recording that night. Me, some of my friends were there, drove down from Riverside to get down to Gardena, California at City of Refuge, had a dope praise and worship set. The choir comes and they're doing their songs. They start off with It's Not About Us, which is the song that they're famous for. And they go through that, and I think they do that about 2 times. They do 2 takes on that, and then they got a song with Mary Mary, and they come up and they kill it. They're getting ready to rap. It's about 11:45, and they're like, hey, we want to do this last song, but the guest soloist is not here. He's traveling from Florida to get here, and he's on a red eye. But if you guys can stick around, we want to get that take. It could be any minute now. So it's 11:45 when they make the announcement. So they bring back up the guy from Minister Standard who's doing praise and worship. He sings some stuff, and they literally have like 30-40 minutes of praise and worship, man. So it's 12:30 while they're doing praise and worship. This skinny guy just walks down the side. Like, I don't know if you've been in City of Refuge, but it's like, it's big. People start going crazy, like, oh snap. He's just like, shh. He's walking. Skinny dude, dreads, walks all the way up to the stage, grabs the mic, place goes nuts. Like, yo, Tye Tribbett is here. Tye Tribbett is here. Tye Tribbett is here. Like, everybody's going crazy. The choir gets back up into the stands and stuff like that. He's like, hey, he's talking real low. He's like, guys, he got a scarf around his neck. He's talking real low. He's like, guys, I apologize, you know what I'm saying? My flight was delayed back in Florida. I think he said it was something about a storm, you know, but anyway, they got delayed. He was like, yo, I came straight from the airport here, but I want you to know, like, my voice isn't that great right now, but we gonna give it all we got. I think he said he had been like under the weather, something crazy. It was something crazy. This guy, when the music starts playing, he's like, yeah! I mean, like, he's doing all of the Tye Tribbett stuff. He's doing all of it. He's yelling, he's screaming, he's jumping. I mean, dude is doing, like, he ends up singing this song for about 30 minutes. I think they ended up having to retake it. And, like, he had just as much energy the first time as he did the last time. And that's when I said, I'm a fan. Like, I already was a fan, right? But it was 12:30 a.m. This dude just got off a flight from Florida to California, sitting in traffic from LAX, and still had the same energy. I'm sold, man. I'm sold. Come on, man. Cue the intro. Let's go. It's Music Mondaze. It's your boy Kyle, and listen, today we talking about one of my favorite albums. One of my favorite albums is one of my favorite albums is Tye Tribbett's Greater.
Facts.
Is it Tye Tribbett or Tye Tribbett? It's weird because sometimes I say Tye Tribbett and sometimes I say Tye Tribbett. This album comes out August 6, 2013, and it's always gonna hold a special place in my heart, mainly because, like, a couple days after this album came out, in the summer of 2013, there was a number of free concerts across the boroughs of New York. I happened to be in New York that summer doing an internship. The album came out on the 6th, and I want to say 2, 3, maybe 4 days later, Tye Tribbett and Tasha Cobbs do a concert in Harlem. Now, here's the thing. The radio station, the gospel radio station, had kind of got different artists to come out to do these concert series, these pop-up concert series, like every single day for an entire week, or maybe it was 2 weeks, I'm not sure. All I know is I heard that Tye Tribbett and Tasha Cobbs were going to be in Harlem, and it's absolutely free. Shout out to the radio station. I don't know what radio station that is, but, like, they held it down. Tasha killed it, of course. I want to say she sang For Your Glory, she sang Happy, and she sang Break Every Chain. She did like a 20-minute set and got off, and Tye was only supposed to do 30 minutes, and it's so crazy, man, that, like, he did the entire freaking album. Like, he performed the entire album. He was like, hey, I just want to do a couple songs off my new album, Greater, but y'all so dope, y'all such a dope crowd, I just want to keep going. And he went and performed the entire album. He didn't have all his singers, he had his band, and they performed the entire freaking album. I remember listening to it before the concert, and I was comparing it to Victory, and I'm like, oh man, Greater is good, but like Victory still holds the cake. But like after seeing these folk perform this freaking album, this album to me, hands down, my favorite Tye Tribbett album. Facts. But I want to talk to you about my top 5 songs off of Greater. Yo, my fifth favorite song on this album is What Can I Do? Tell me what can I do? I can't breathe without you. I can't eat without you. Love it, man. I love it. The dude that sings the song actually sounds like a friend of mine when he first talks. Is anybody grateful for Jesus Christ? Like whatever he says at the beginning, sounds like one of my friends. But I love this song, man, because it just reminds us like, I can't do nothing without God, man. I can't do nothing without God, man. Especially at the end, there's no me without you. My fourth favorite song on this album is He Turned It, He Turned It. I can't have a top 5. You can't have a top 5 without talking about the fact that He Turned It is on this freaking album. You can't. If anybody has a top 5 and they don't put He Turned It on here, you can't believe what they're talking about. The second verse of this song is really what hits. Sometimes I look back and I don't know how in the world I made it. All those nights I would cry, my heart filled with pain. Worry consumed me, my whole life revolved around fear and stress. I was tired and weak, and I just could not compete anymore. The devil thought he had me. Oh man, the devil thought he had me. He thought that my life was over. He thought by now I give up. He thought I was no more. No. I had no more, my fault. That's what someone greater stepped in my situation. My morning has now begun. That song is fire. And the reason I like it is because it really talks about the Christian experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? For those of us that are Christians, it ain't always roses. Facts. Am I right? Facts. My third is You Are Good. And listen, before y'all just roll your eyes and be like, yo, every church played this song out. It's still one of my favorites. Now, I know this is like the staple youth song at churches, and they ran it into the ground, but it's still a really good song, especially if the worship leader is really paying attention and really has that gift to shift songs depending on how the moment is. This song can really hit. I mean, you can go into this or come out of this into a hit. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. So depending on the praise worship leader, this song can be a hit. Yo, my number two song, favorite song on this album, Greater Than by Tye Tribbett, is Greater Than. Greater Than is my second favorite song on this album. He's greater, he's greater, he's greater, he's greater, he's greater. Yo, so my number one song on this album, is the worship melody. I love you forever, I love you forever, I love you forever. That's my favorite song on this freaking album. It's so simple, but it hits the spot. You know what I'm saying? It hits the spot. And again, the reason I like that song is because of how he performed that joint. Like, listen, he was trying to let this song go. Like, and you hear it through the song, like he's trying to end it, but it just keeps going. The crowd keeps singing it. But literally, like when we were in Harlem, we were sitting in the park, and he's singing this song. I mean, he tried to end this song about 4 or 5 times, and we just kept singing it because it was just a moment. And he cut the musician stopped playing, and folk was still singing it. He literally tried to go to a different song, but the moment, man, it just hit. And people just could not stop singing the song. So because of the impact of the song and because of the moment, the experience of really sitting and watching them sing this song and being in tune with what was happening and getting caught up in the song, easily is my number one. Yo, so that is my top 5 songs off of this album, Greater Than. You can catch this album on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, wherever you get your music from, you can get this album. I'll put links at the bottom for you to listen to it. This is what I'm listening to this week, what y'all listening to, and let me know what are your top 5 songs from Tye Tribbett's Greater Than album. Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for coming to Kick It with Kyle. We out of here.